Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody had a nice weekend. Megan, that's funny.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, Ron.
Hey, good morning, Lori. How are you?
I'm doing well this morning. How about you?
Doing fantastic.
Deal.
Got in actually a little extra
Um,
early today.
yeah, I heard that while I was feeding Scarlett. I was like, wait, am I that late?
No, you're not late. I've actually been here for actually almost an hour already. Because I need to get my computers up and running after the weekend, and it takes a while. So,
Yeah, I heard that. We got news at 10. Oh, well, this is kind of a strong layer here on RTY. Two mini magnets and a paw on the 30 tick. Yikes. I don't know, Greg. I heard about that, but I would be leery. I hope somebody's watching the news. Okay. Yeah, we don't really care about odd fed people speaking. They don't generally matter. It's just kind of a be aware of kind of thing. All right, no wicks on this 30 tick on the RTY or YM or NQ had some wicks, I guess. We've got a Lorex here going short on RTY. Is it just in time to catch some chop, or is it going to do something? Yeah, it's pretty. Very definitely pretty. I'm going back with the trend, but I don't know. Well, I'm in it. And it won. Yep. I got the double scalp too. I'm not loving this chop, so I just kind of decided to run with it. Glad you got it, Tasha. It was just too pretty not to take. Ah, glad you got it, Lino. I'm a little more leery of this one. I'm not going to touch it. It's trying to set something up here. Nope. Okay, it went away. Never mind. I didn't like the way the bar was forming, so I don't like it, but it never set up anyway, so. Whoa, this 30 tick bar says it's going to close short. That's kind of crazy. It doesn't close short, the next bar will probably turn around back down. Alrighty, it got the mini magnet out and closed short, just like it said it probably would. Oh, we're getting close to settlement. I didn't even notice that. Okay, shush. The 934.51 call, you mean? The whole call, or I didn't really call that intrabar scalp, but I mentioned it. I'm looking at, no, it didn't show up as a full Lorex, but for me, it pretty much, it was a no-brainer. I see why it didn't show up, but yeah, I'm taking it anyway on that one. Oh, you got the one in Dunedin? Nice. I grabbed it from where I said that that 30 tick was going to go short, and I just scalped that 30 tick bar. That was kind of an in-your-face scalping opportunity. And I didn't like that Lorex going long just because of settlement right below it.
It actually dropped a cluster right on the wall too.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it looks good. And it worked really good this time. It's just with settlement right underneath it. Yeah, I'm not going to take those. What that's telling us is most likely when it goes back down to settlement, if it goes fairly quickly, it'll probably go through settlement because it stopped close, but not quite down there. Yeah, sitting through that chop was difficult. Amazing you got that done.
Morning Beth, morning Corey. Just saw that.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, Greg, on that one. Liking the first Lorex on its way to settlement in a strong trend. Absolutely. And it hadn't had any pullbacks. So that chop was actually good to get all the, just the zoomies, I guess, out of its system and let it go back down.
It's the Katie. That's the apex bar range indicator.
Exactly, Richard. Now we got YM and RTY setting up with about the same setup. Pretty big trend with no retraces. Mini magnet doesn't show signs of not holding.
And Katie, you'll have to load it 3 times.
Went away.
Also, Lori, we're in a Siplicity long. Not that I'm taking it
We
when
are,
I'm in
okay.
it, but just to let you know.
I noticed you didn't tell us until just now.
Well, it's because I was distracted. But I'm not in it, so.
Oh, you're not in it.
No.
Okay. Got some big high news coming out at 10 o'clock, so interesting that it's going up right now. Basically, probably right, Richard. When the news hits, it can crash back down to settlement.
Yeah, Jack, I think it's for the bar range, it's 10, 25, and 40. Actually, Jack, I'm sorry. I apologize. That was the shift in um, the offset from the price to the left and right on the chart. It's the range itself. The offset is 1, 5, and 10. Nikita, the reason I didn't take it is because there was some good resistance on the 11, 127 to 135 range. And as you can tell, it actually hasn't broken it. It hit it, and then it just kind of came back down. So I just didn't think, I wanted to see a break above it to go long before I would take the Siplicity to go long. Yeah, on the 30, Nikita. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, see what it's doing around this
Love all
price
the
range, Nikita?
questions.
Sorry, Lori, you were saying sorry.
No, I was just going to say, great job on the questions, Nikita. He who asks the most questions learns the most, gains the most knowledge. Bar swing on RTY, not one I would take, I'm just saying. Nice little confirmation of a possible drop coming.
Nikita, you see why I didn't take it? See what's happening with price right now? It basically would have stopped you out and you would have either just broken even or taken a loss. Probably, well, yeah, so.
That looks like a valid filtered TX there.
I just missed a Lorex on YM.
I'm not a fan. I mean, I guess technically, really, it wouldn't have been a bad one because it was being drawn up to that ZOI on the wall, which had a mini magnet right above it and a cluster on it. So, yeah, that might not have been bad for a quick little scalp. I am going to wait for news or a new story. James, I kind of like that with the mini magnet almost right in the center of that ZOI crash. That's kind of sweet. News in 4. We're watching YM and RTY NQ for Simplicity. Any glaring reason the RT or the Lorex on RTY didn't work? Yeah, there's absolutely nothing to bounce off of. You're in a downward trend. It's choppy. The chop is small. There's barely enough. Well, the first chop up, there was enough to profit. The second chop up, barely enough to profit. The third chop up, not enough to profit. I would not want to take anything here. Each retrace is getting a little bit smaller. It was nasty, ugly. Good job questioning it. That and you're in the dark zone. I guess you weren't right there quite yet on that one technically, but yeah, William, a lot of people are trading ES. You just won't hear me calling on ES because I don't read it very well. News in 1 minute, and YM has a beautiful Lorex. Oh my gosh. Here comes the news. I know, doesn't that seem like you always get a nice setup right around news time? Just so you want to get in, and that went still in the same direction. Wouldn't have been a bad thing, but not smart. Exactly what Greg said. It's gambling.
Nikita, if you're still watching NQ and anybody else for that matter as well, see how even with the news spike, price is still having a hard time breaking above that 11,135-ish range. There's actually a wall there. So it says something, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. There we go. Now it finally broke out of it. Now it's probably going to go to the 0.7, but can't take it because we're in the dark zone. Nikita, it's not that I don't want him in the way. It's just that when we're inside of a range, then the mini magnets gives me an indication of where it could be a stopping point. And unless I break out of it to get into the trade, then, I mean, it really depends on where it is. If the mini magnets are beyond my target, then it's not that big of a deal. But just for an entry, before I even looked for a target, there was no reason to get in just because there's too much, on the left to block me from getting into the trade, if that makes any sense. Nikita, where would your entry have been? What which bar at what time? Yeah, no, I see it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could have taken it if you wanted to. I mean, I just gave you a reason why I didn't want to take it. So,
I passed on that RTY Lorex. Not a fan of it because it's got too many magnets and a block order, a couple of block orders up above it. So on the 30 tick, it's got some strong incentive to go up. It it won. Yeah, if that one would have had a, the YM one would have had a mini magnet on it, it would have been, I would have been all over that. Yeah, that was a nice little win. I was very unsure of it. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the RTY. I mean, it didn't look bad, but it didn't have any story, so I didn't feel like I had a clue what it was thinking, what it was going to do. So I left it alone. Yeah, that last YM was missing a I guess it really technically wasn't missing a TX on the 30. It had a TX on the 30. It was only missing a cluster. I wish I thought it was missing a TX, but
On
it was
YM?
just a little bit back farther. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a TX on the 30.
But if you look left, the 907.47 bar has one. That was probably its lowest point on the 30 tick. And it just retraced a little bit and set up a Lorex within the same 30 tick bar. So yeah, that counts.
Oh, you're just looking too far back for me.
Well, I thought that just was too nice. It ended up going too far for just a plain old setup. So I look back and I see, yeah, there probably was a TX. I just wasn't paying attention at the time. Nice on the 40 ticks. Actually, after all that tight on YM, after all that tight chop on the bars between 11:07 and the partial Oryx at 10:18:51, you had a lot of indecisive chop there. That's actually a good indication that it is getting ready to move somewhere. But a cluster on that wick would have been better for me. Okay, now you see how on the 30 tick RTY, it came up, the 101602 bar came up almost to those mini magnets and those red eye blocks came down. It's probably going to shoot through those. really wish to give us a pretty setup to do it. I mean, it may be chopping when it gets there, but it's probably going to go through it. It doesn't give us the indication of what it's going to do once it gets there, except just probably at least pass a few ticks through. May zip through, may chop through, who knows.
Okay, so this is just a thought. If price on NQ breaks the 11,180, between 11,180 and 11,183 level, and I get a signal to go along on Siplicity, I am probably going to take it and go up to probably around blue ice, just above the 0.7. And then if it hits the 0.7, I'll probably trace it on the dotted line. We'll see what happens. On this next bar or two. Okay, I'm in. And I guess I'm going to target 11,230.
Wow. Should give us a good Lorex in here.
And again, if it gets to 0.7 and it just kind of struggles, then I'll trail the dotted, but I'm hoping it's going to get to my target, so we'll see. Got to get through this mini magnet here, break above it, close above it on the 30. Yeah, Grant, you could have. You know, a couple points here and there. It's the whole idea, right? It's the overall trade that I'm looking at. You know, it's like nothing is exact. It's all a rough entry point and then a target. So
Well, thank you, Ron. I took the 11/27/17. It wasn't the Lorax. It was just a lot of confirmations and scalped it.
What, because of the Simplicity long that I'm in?
Yep, because of your faith in your target and everything. So I just scalped a really pretty, lots of confirmations. I mean, it had a TX, but yeah, ETX with the absorption X and OP rejection. Protected my scalp and it knocked me out, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's kind of struggling around this level a little bit. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I've got 3 disconnects on my internet connectivity monitor. I am not staying in anything. Could have been nice in RTY on the 1030.01 bar. That came down and if you look left, it tested the almost burger there. You had a mini magnet on both 10 and 30. You had a ZOI and you had another mini magnet on 10 and 30. Now they were spread out just a little bit, but that 1030.01 bar came down and tested it. If it would have left a mini magnet or anything, oh, that would have been just beautiful.
Yeah, I'm hoping this mini magnet's not going to hold on NQ here. Yeah, it just keeps going up. So
Magnet on NQ.
it's gone. It got taken out.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that's going to hold on the 1031.31 bar.
Yeah, well, I'm getting close to my target, so we'll see what happens.
That should hold there, though. Oh, and it
Oh, man.
Yikes.
That's a bummer. Yeah, see, remember, guys, what I was saying, the 0.7? We'll see what happens on this bar.
My internet monitor is, well, it's called Internet Connectivity Monitor 1.41. I don't even know where. It's just a real simple little. I would not be on the computer without it, with my internet.
If we can get one more run up, I think we might be able to get it. Yeah, that 11,208-ish area, it's pretty strong because it actually cleared one mini magnet and then just dropped another one a point above it. And it just can't seem to get above it on the 30.
Got those mini magnets on the 30, though, pulling it up, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's got good reason to go up. I'm just, it's struggling.
Yeah, that's where I cannot sit through it. My hat's off to you for sitting through it and holding on to your conviction. their good reason to go up is those on NQ, the 30 tick has two mini magnets at 11,235.75 and another one at 38, which the 38-ish has a paw also. That's a good draw. And you have blue ice right below it. So that's a good reason. It's got some friends calling it. Whether it will decide it's going to go through the forest, which is the mini magnet right at the 7 deviation, 0.7, I mean, whether it's going to go through that, its friend there may keep it a while. Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, it's a bouncing point and it's a draw. I'm in Global Sim now as I've hit my goal.
Well, I'm hoping if this trade ends up, then this will be just my one and done for the day.
I mean, this chopping is actually a good sign that it's going to push up and go through.
That's kind of what I'm hoping. But I'd like to see it chop up a little bit closer to the 0.7.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I mean, because you had that beautiful Lorex going short, laying a mini magnet on the 30 tick and a mini magnet on the 10. That's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Because it has not stopped that out yet.
It's got that. Well, we'll see what happens.
About to, though.
I'd like to break this mini mat. There we go. Okay. So now do I go with a gut feeling or do I... Oh, man.
I'd be protecting under this chop, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. It's...
Ooh, look at that. Setting up for a beautiful Lorex if it would hold.
Yeah, to go long would have been nice. Yeah. I think it's going to go one more run up, and if it does, it's going to break through.
Makes sense to go take out all the stops and then go ahead and go up.
Yeah, I don't like the way this is building though right now. I may have to close it.
I mean, it will probably go to your target, but it could take all day.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
And
do I
it
want
might
to
go
wait?
way down before.
Do I want to wait?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
What do I have? I got something setting up long here. Hold on a second.
Y is setting up for a beautiful long.
RTY long.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's like gorgeous.
Do I take it at the same time? I don't think I can manage it though. Okay, let's see if he'll take me in on a retrace. It's gone.
That RTY is what, one tick
Yeah.
short of profit? Actually, I think it hit profit, but just didn't quite.
Yeah, on mine it didn't. Actually, the bar didn't close.
No, it didn't close, but it actually hit. It just didn't close. It has to go one tick up in order. Yeah, come on, get up there. Yes, we're in the RTY.
Yeah, took it. There it is.
There we go. Yeah, that was a little bit of a scare for a minute there. Gee, thanks, Thor.
Well, how about helping me out and getting this simplicity to go like break my target, Thor?
Looting and scooting. Was an overall nice Monday, wasn't it? Some decent setups, few stories.
Grant, I'm not taking any offense. It's okay. I'm still in this trade. Still have high hopes that it's going to go. This might be the run up. It might be it. There it goes again. It's right at the 0.7 and it's just turning right back around. I'm hoping it pushes through this time. This may be it. Come on. Come on. Man, it's so close. I think this might be the run right here. It may hit my target right here. Yeah, take strike is like solid green. And I'm out. Okay, target. All right, cool. Nice. And I actually have, yeah, I have the whole trade on the video. So if you guys want, I can post it or not. At least you got the commentary through it. All right, Katie, I'll post it when we're done. I'll upload it. Yeah, Jack, that's correct. That's the YouTube channel. I'm assuming that's the question, right? And Katie, what's your question? RTY? Um, Basically, CJ, on that trade, I was at breaking even. I was basically, that's where it was gonna. I again, when I take these simplicities, I have a set target in mind, and it usually hits it. Um, Sometimes it takes longer. So if I was to follow the traditional simplicity, I would probably taken out earlier with a little bit of profit. So I'm willing to take the risk. So I basically sat at break even. Oh, Thor, I don't know if that was a loot and scoot. I was in this thing for what, like almost 30 minutes, 20, 25 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. Oh, Katie, that was NQ. Sorry, that was an NQ simplicity long that I was in. Yeah, I was in this trade for 22 minutes and 159 ticks. Thanks, Thor. Appreciate that. No, Grant, I don't have a 50-50 chart up. Yeah, Jack, YouTube, that's what it is. No, Corey, it would not. No, actually, Vegas, I really wasn't in the red, I don't think, at all. If maybe a little bit. I was in maybe 2 ticks, I think, in the red this entire trade. So, Christopher, it's my name and then large pips. See you, Vegas. Have a good one. Yeah, so guys, I'll post the video. It'll probably be up on YouTube about an hour-ish after the session is over. So figure by like 1 o'clock Eastern. I think she's here. I think she's just muted. She probably have to go take care of something. So yeah, this is probably going to be it for me for today. Um, I'll stay in the room. I'm not, leaving. But as far as trading goes, unless something absolutely spectacular jumps at me, this will be my day. I mean, I'd be okay if it was this way for the rest of the week. I'd be all right with it too, which not bad. Kind of funny, guys. Somebody just mentioned to me. I didn't even notice that because I'm like journaling and doing other stuff right now. But looking back at the chart, it literally like hit my target and then just turned back around. I mean, it didn't go any farther than that. So it's kind of funny. Hey, Jason. Lori had made a couple of calls, and I had one long Siplicity call. Um, Again, just knowing what NQ does and how its behavior, and there was also quite a bit of volume at that level. So based on where price was to go up to the next volume level, that's where it was at. So you had blue ice up there, you had the 0.7. So that was my reason to go up to that level. So just for those of you who have been following with me and remember the 25K account, the micros, here's where we're at basically. So we're getting close to getting funding, right? So, and for those of you who are new and don't know, I basically had gotten a 25K eval account to trade micros in it, just to show that when you trade micros, you can actually get funded over time. Now, I've had this account for, I think, here, wait, I don't want to speak out of turn. Let me check. Hold on one second. So I started trading it August 5th. So almost 2 months. So yeah, it may take a little bit of while to get funded. So we don't have to shoot for the, we have to get it done in 10 days kind of a thing. But that kind of fits into my style as well, the kind of slow and steady, which, John talks about in quite a few of the webinars and the videos, that this is definitely a marathon and not a sprint. Yeah, so some of them were micros and some of them were minis. It depends on the account that I have. So on the micros, it's two micros. No, Grant, I'm done trading, so I could care less what happens. For simplicity, no, I'm done. This is all I need. Again, I got like 159 ticks on that, so yeah, that's plenty for me. If I get a simplicity trade that's got more than 100 ticks in it, I'm pretty much done trading simplicity for the day. Two. Sorry, Michael. Two micros. So, Grant. So here's the thing with Sim. I'm going to trade Sim the way I trade live. So if I wouldn't take it in live, I'm not going to take it in Sim. The only reason I would take Sim is if I'm trying to test something out and prove a system to myself. And then once I pass my quote-unquote own evaluation of something in Sim, again, and I do that as I'm trading live, then I will actually earn the right to trade live money. Jason, I'm trying to read your question. It's not really well, the risk versus reward on simplicity is kind of a tough question to answer. The risk is whatever the risk is, right? So if you follow simplicity, there's specific rules on where your stop should be, and which is why I trade micros on a 50K account, because the risk can be pretty high, sometimes 35, 40 points. And the reward is usually more than that. So it's not really a ratio, but obviously, I want to get at least 100 ticks. So that would put me above, what is it, like, it's 100 points actually. So that would be a 1-to-1, I guess. I hope that answers your question, Jason. Oh, so I guess the second part of your question is, what was the entry? The entry was at the 1025 bar, and I got in at 11,189.25. Is that right? 11,189.75. Sorry, that was my entry.
Sorry, I've been here. I just needed to mute for a little bit.
Yeah, Lori, I think everybody was missing your commentary.
Oh, I think you did just fine.
By the way, it hit the target. If you...
I saw that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually was sitting here for quite a while just trying to work this, and I'm sucking on a cough drop now, just trying to work these coughs out. These allergies just don't want to give up, but they're definitely getting a lot better.
Yeah, Daryl will be proud.
Yeah, I sent your screenshot and told him a little bit about what you just did. I'm pretty sure he's quite pleased.
Well, guys, it goes to show you, I mean, with good mentorship, and if you're listening and you're willing to accept what's being told to you, and you take all of your, I guess, baggage that you come into this and just willing to leave it outside the door, you can make it happen. I mean, trust me, guys, if I can do this, anybody can do this.
That's what I always said.
Oh, you say that too? If Ron can do it, anybody can do it? Okay, good.
No, I say if I can do it, anybody can. I believe they say no more than 2 contracts. You have to be able to handle the drawdown even in your funding accounts. Thinking about doing micros, I'm guessing you meant. Tick strike is lighting up green. I would not want to go short in here.
Lori, I don't know if you heard or can see, but right where my target hit, it literally hit the target, stayed there for a couple of bars, couldn't get past it, and turned right back around and go the other direction.
Yep.
Like literally to the tick. Somebody pointed that out to me, and I just kind of made, I didn't even see that until way after the fact. It's kind of interesting, I guess.
Yep. Yep. Oh, I love when that happens. I mean, it gives you reassurance on your reads, because I got to tell you, everybody, this is not guessing. It's not just, oh, I think it's going to go to here. He actually studies the market and its moves and its, about how many average points will go here and there and whatever. I mean, he studied, and so he has a really good. And there's it's up to my double mini magnets that I thought. Um, but yeah, it's not just a I think it's going to go here, or you can't be doing that kind of stuff. You've got to read the charts. They give you a clue, and from those reads, you can get an idea.
Yeah, and to add to that too, if you guys remember, way before I even was thinking about getting into the trade, I said if it breaks above this level and I get a signal, I'm going long. And I think like 10 minutes later, it did what it was supposed to do.
That is what I love the most, is you were looking for a very specific thing to happen based on your read on the charts of what you thought would happen, based on what the chart was telling you, and you just waited and it happened. I love, love, love that.
And I have to give credit where credit is due, and unfortunately he's not here. But Shalon is a huge influence as to me actually being able to almost like see ahead. And because he's like the master at doing that. He'll call out something that he's looking for. Now again, he trades primarily LREs, which is what I did for a little bit, and then I got away from it. Each to his own, right? To whatever works and whatever they feel comfortable with. But Shalon is literally the guy who's helped me see that kind of stuff and apply it. So if you guys ever see him, or if he ever sees this video, thank you, Shalon. I again, he has no idea how much he's helped me along the way. I mean, there's so many people behind the scenes who've helped me get to this point, and especially Lori, you know that, and I've told you that many, many times.
I mean, it's you did the work. You asked the questions. You did everything that is laid out and took the information. It's almost like sitting at a Thanksgiving table. All the food's there. You just have to actually put it on your plate and eat it, and that's what you did. I mean, you utilized everything available to you. Or a lot of people just expect to be fed, and when it doesn't work, they just give up or blow the account. You put the work in, Grant. You did great, and continue to. It's a never-ending process.
Well, thank you, Grant, but honestly, it's all you, man. I mean, it's I don't know what else to say, but it's all you. Christopher, the only thing I can say is it's kind of follow a basic rule. If you wouldn't take the trade live, why would you take it in sim? Oh yeah, no, Grant, I get it, and trust me, I mean it's that's what I did when I started. Um, I because I really wanted to get it, and I didn't care how stupid I looked. I mean, there's really no stupid questions. I mean, when you're trying to learn something, um, you have to follow people who basically are successful in it, and you can never think for a second that Lori or Daryl or anybody for that matter didn't make any mistakes along the way. I'm sure they did. And it's just there's no way that they didn't. Otherwise, they would never learn. And if you don't make mistakes, you're never going to learn.
Oh yeah, I made tons of mistakes on camera. And that was so much fun. Not.
Um, Tom, I look at basically the 10 just for confirmation of the entry, um, and the 30. Oh, absolutely, Katie. Actually, you learn way more from a mistake than you do from success. Um, I could not agree with you more.
You is shaping up to be a nice Lorax. Wow. It's got all the toys. It's lost its trapped order.
Yeah, Jason, the only suggestion I can make is if you know what your mistake is or what mistake was, and if you think that discipline is an issue, then that's something that you need to work on. And you build everything around just that, and then you don't move forward until you know you've got that part of it in check.
You just said a really important. Your comment was speaks volumes, Jason. You say I can be right several times in a row, then one mistake back to break even. It's not about being right. That is what most people have trouble with. Is they want to be right. It's about reading the clues the market gives you and taking a valid setup that hopefully will work out. But if it's a valid setup with lots of confirmations, the odds are definitely in your favor. But the trader is never right. The market is always right. It's going to do what it's going to do. You just determine Do you want to have the most confirmations on your side that you can possibly get, or do you just want to take one because it's valid and it looks like it might work? Yeah. By the way, YM is setting up beautifully. It holds on to it. And then people hang on to their poor decisions because they want to be right. They don't want to, they'll move their stop because they're right. Yeah, nope, sorry. So it did not set up. Now RTY is setting up, but it's not real pretty. Going right into all that chop. The entry is right in the middle of all that chop. And it doesn't have any really, well, no. It doesn't have any really good reason to take it. Yep, there's a wall in front of you. There's clusters all around. There's mini magnets spread out. You're in a choppy area, and it's probably going to remain that way for a little bit. So not something I would touch myself. Now that refusing to be wrong will get you every time because the trader's never right. The market is. You may take a good setup that the market tells you is highly likely to make you a profit, but it's going to do what it's going to do. Jason, the rules are follow the setups, follow what the chart says, use the predetermined stops.
Hey, Jason, not to put you on the spot, but since you asked, um, the answer to your question, I think, would be this question. Does it matter?
Very well said.
And think about why I asked that question, right? Because at the end of the day, we don't really care what the market's doing. We have a specific goal, and that is to basically scalp the market, right? And we're looking for our rules to get met. And that's the only thing, going back to the right and wrong discussion earlier, to be right about is my setup right? In other words, am I following my setup to a T? And that's the only thing you can really be right about. Everything else, it's whatever the market's going to do, whatever it's going to do. But to be right, it's about that. And if it goes against you, you don't move the stop because you feel that it's just going to go a little bit and then it's going to turn right around and go the other direction and get your profit. So if everything was right with your setup, that's the only thing you need to be right about. Everything else will just kind of, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. That's just me. That's my mindset. So, I mean, I don't know, Laura, you can correct me.
Very well put. Very well said.
By the way, Lori, were you in here? I know you were muted in and out for a little bit, but when I posted the progress on the 25K account, did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that. It's way cool.
It's kind of fun to see that test, go the way that it's going.
Yeah, absolutely. If you think that a little baby micro can't make a difference, you are wrong. And Ron's there to prove it.
See you, Corey.
I gotta mute again. I gotta go check on something. Okay, I'm back again. Now, with all these big moves this morning, I would tend to think we're over lunch hour we're going to have some chop and not much movement.
Okay, Lori, and everybody else, I'm going to call it. It's almost noon. Um, I'll start working on that video, and then I'll upload it. It should be up in about an hour or so. So,
Sounds great.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out myself as well because it's just ick.
So I will
See you tomorrow, guys.
see everybody tomorrow.